Hello guys, welcome. This is Deepika from wealthandhealthmastery.com, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create infographics in Canva. So what is infographic? Infographic is basically it's a document which gives you information in the form of text as well as some charts, graphs, etc. Now this infographic you can share it with on social media, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, etc. So in this video, we are going to see how to create an infographic and how we can customize an existing infographic. Now there are a lot of templates which Canva provides it by default, and we are going to see how to customize them, how to add your own charts, etc. So the first thing is I'm going to go over here and I'll say infographic. Now when I say infographics, what's going to happen is it's going to give me a lot of these options here. It has the content, performance. We can see there are a lot of graphs over here. If you like something, you can select any of these. Let's say we go with something like this. I would suggest which has some text also and also some graphs along with it. So I so far liked something like this. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this option over here. Actually, not this one. I'm going to say infographic data, something like this. Okay, we'll say customize this template, and this is my infographic. Looks very small. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the size here. And this is my infographic, and I don't like the second sheet, so you can get rid of it. Okay, so we can just remove it and we'll just keep this first sheet. Now if you want to change anything on this one, you can do that. If you want to change the text, you can change it. If you liked something else, you can do that. If you like to change the background, you can change the background. And there are multiple places from which you can change the background. So one of the way is you select the document and you click, you'll get this highlighted and you'll see the color over here. All you need to choose is whichever color you want. Similarly, if you go over to these apps here, there is an option for background also. If you scroll down, there is an option for backgrounds. So click on that background options and you can choose any of these backgrounds. Let's say I liked something like this, so you can choose a different background also. And this looks pretty good. If you didn't like it, you can choose another background, like I would say this leaves here, which I didn't like it, but I just wanted to show you. You can change into a different background. Let's say we switch over to this background. So what we're going to do is we're going to create some statistics around the Olympics 2024 that happened in Paris. We're going to see how many medals each country won, how many gold medals each country won. We're going to show them with the help of graphs. We're going to see how many people participated, what was the ratio of men versus women, so things like that. So we're going to capture all this information in this particular document. So first important thing is I'm going to change this to Olympics 2024. Okay, and then here I'm going to change it to Paris, and I would go ahead and increase the size of this to about this size. Okay, so this is Paris Olympics 2024. We will be sharing something like, we will be sharing facts and stats about Olympics 2024 in this document, in this infographic. So this is what I have. The first thing is we will show is the how many people participated. Okay, data number one is gender parity. This is what it is, and we will get this text from somewhere. We'll see gender parity in 2024 Olympics. It says for the first time in history, the Paris 2024 Olympic and Paralympic Games will see an equal number of men and women competing. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this and paste it over here. Okay, so I can do that. And if you like a different style, you can choose a different style. Right now it's Cocoa Gothic and this looks nice to me. If you want to change the size of the font, you can reduce it. Now over here, I wanted to use a different chart. Right now this item is different, but I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. And I'm going to use a different chart here. And the way to get to the charts is go back to apps again. And over here, you're going to see something called as charts. So you go ahead and click on the charts here and you can choose whichever charts you want. So there are bar charts, line charts, pie and donut charts, area charts, dot charts. So there are a lot of charts that are available for you to use. So here what I can say is I can go with something like this, a slider. Okay, and I'm going to put this slider over here, and I'm going to reduce the size of the slider. So I'm going to make it a little bit small, and I'm going to reduce it one time so it fits into the document. Okay, and I will move this over here and this text over here also. So this is my slider, and if you want to change the colors, you can change the colors by going over here. Let's say we keep the color to this color. Okay, and when you select this, you're going to see percentage option. If you wanted to see percentage label, you can see that over here. You can see there is a percentage label is right now set to 67%. If you don't want to see the percentage label, I'm going to leave it here. And then what I have is percentage. I wanted to set it to 50, so I'm going to go ahead and do 50. So you can see here the moment I changed to 50, that graph moved. Line weight, if you wanted to reduce the size, you can either go like this, it will reduce the size. Otherwise you keep it here, it will keep it at 17. If you want to show the percentage label, you can see it. If you don't want to see it, then you leave it off. Then rounded endpoints, right now the endpoints are rounded. If you don't want it, you want it square, then this is how it looks like. I actually like the rounded one, so I'm going to check this. So right now the gender parity is at 50%. Okay, it's at 50%. So you can see here the slider is in between. So that is what we have. The other data too I wanted to show is another fact. Okay, so let's say facts about Olympics 2024. Okay, so 13.4 million tickets, 15.3 million visitors. So here I'm going to go ahead and say fun facts. Okay, and we're going to say 13.4 million tickets. And then if you want something else, euros and economic benefits. So I'm going to go ahead and change enter, and we'll add something like this, remove this. So this is another one. 13.4 million tickets sold, and then 3.5 billion euros in economic benefits. And now here I'm going to change this graph to a different. So here you see this is a graph, right? Item 1, and you click on it and you see these. If you change the data, so in this graph we're going to capture how many gold medals were won by every country, or let's say the top 4 performing countries in Olympics 2024. So you can either just go here and change the data to whatever you want here. So let's say I want US as the number 1 here. If you want China as number 2, you can change it number 2. Then we have Australia is number 3, I believe. And then the 4th one is Japan. So you can see here, one moment I change it over here, you see these names have changed over here as well. So US, China, Australia, and Japan. So you can see here the charts have changed. So when you select this chart, you can either upload your own data via Google Sheets, or you can clear this data and put your own data, or you can upload it through another CSV file or any of those files. Okay. So I have a sheet here I wanted to show you. This is my sheet, and in that particular sheet I have 3 more sheets in it. One is called in this Excel sheet I have sheet number 1, which is gives me the rank of all the countries, which how many gold medals they have won, silver medal, bronze, and total. This is one chart I have. Then I have total medals per country. Then I have how many gold every country won. So US won 40 gold, China also won 40, Japan had 20, and Australia had 18. And athletes with most medals. So you can see here, these are the athletes with most medals on it. Okay, so I have captured all this information. So first thing is I'm going to use this data to create a chart of country versus the medals. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and upload this sheet over here, and once I click on upload, I'm going to go over to the folder where my sheet is, and then it is asking me which sheet, because there are multiple sheets in that particular document. So I'm going to choose total medals per country. That is the sheet I'm talking about, and automatically it selected the range. So it read the sheet, and based on that sheet, it is telling me that how many columns and how many rows are there. So A1, it starts with A1, which is country, and it ends at B5. You can see here it ends at B5, and that's exactly what it is telling me. It starts at A1 and ends at B5. Similarly, if I go over to a different sheet, which is gold by country, the range is also A1 to B5, and athletes with most medals. It changed from A1 to B12. So if I go over to athletes with most medals, you can see here the sheet started at A1, which is athlete, and it ended at B12, which is Harris Laurensen from Netherlands, and it is at number 3. Okay, so this is what we have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose total medals per country, and I'm going to say done. So automatically the data is updated, and you can see US has 126 medals, China has 91, Japan has 45, Australia has 53. And if I want to change the color of these, I'm going to change it from here, and I'm going to set it to this color. So this is my other sheet that I have. So you can see here, this is my slider, gender parity, fun facts. And the other thing is, let's say you wanted to show how many medals each person won, so you can have a different chart altogether. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all this, and I'm going to add another chart, okay, which is basically athletes and the country, okay, athletes and how many medals those athletes have won. So I'm going to select it. The way to select it is either by doing something like this, holding the mouse and selecting all these elements, and then we say delete here, okay, and then get rid of this too. And then if I don't want it, I can move this over on this next to it, data number 3. And over here, I want to add a different chart. And what type of chart I want to add? Let's say I want to add a donut chart. Okay, this is what I wanted to add. So I'm going to go ahead and add this donut chart here. And for this donut chart, I'm going to choose a different colors. I'm going to choose this color and leave it everything as it is. And then we go back to the apps again, and we've selected the chart. So the chart is right here. We're going to go ahead and bring the chart below here. So this is where I'm going to put my chart in the center, and it's asking me for data. So the same thing, my data resides onto this sheet, which is athletes with most medals. And I wanted to remove the country here. Let's just keep it just with the name. So I'll just have the names of the athletes, not the country, because then it'll become too big of a text to show on the donut chart. So I'm going to just get rid of the country name and leave the person's name over here. And okay, so I've cleaned up this sheet. Now I'll go back and I'll do an upload sheet. Make sure you have saved it. So I'm going to go and do Control S and then gold by the country. And now it is asking me athletes with most medal. That is the sheet I'm choosing. And this has A1 to B12. Hit done. And now you can see here it has changed. And now it has telling me that Gobby Thomas has won how many medals. This person has won how many medals, all of that. And if you wanted to change the size, you can change the size of the fonts from here. If you reduce it, you can reduce it from here. I wanted to zoom out a little bit. So this is how it looks like. Now the background is also very dark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the background here, and I'm going to go ahead and make it a little bit more lighter. So I'll say something like this. Okay. So this is the background I've chosen, and this looks much more nice here. And if you want to reduce the size, you can reduce the size over here also. And these are the people that you have, athletes and the medals. Okay, so you can change it. Now if you wanted to show percentage, so if you see here over here data, this is the data you have, and there's some certain settings you want to change. Labels, you want to keep it athletes and medals, which is correct. You want to show the legend or show the labels. Okay, I wanted to show the legend. You can show the legend also. You can see here over there the legend has been there. I don't want to show it, occupies too much of space, so I'll leave it. And I wanted to show the numbers rather than percentage. So you can see here now it is showing the numbers rather than the percentage. Initially it was saying 8.8%, 11.8. I wanted to change it to numbers. So now you can see here, this is what I have. These are the people and these are the medals they have won. So this is the donut chart I have. Now if you wanted to add more information, fun facts, then you can add that. Supporting details, you can change it. So let's say we change over here 4 billion television viewers. So we can say here fun facts over here, and then another fun fact we can add. And we'll change it over here, 4 billion television viewers. And then if you want to add any details, you can change it from this section, supporting details. this Olympics will be breaking in a new sport called breakdancing. So this is another one. I'm going to go ahead and copy it and put it over here. And if you like the font, you can keep it. If you don't like it, you can change it. And if you want to change, this is the data, gold, 1 per country. This graph represents the number of gold medal won by top 4 countries. So this is what we have. So now this looks complete to me. This is there. Paris Olympics, and then gender parity is 50%. Fun facts, we've added it. If you don't want it, you can keep it. Pie charts help presenting proportions. If you don't want it, you can delete this whole thing. I'm going to select this and I'm going to say delete. And I'm going to move this whole thing over to this side. Okay, so this looks good. Gold won by the country, fun facts, and then supporting details. And this is what we have is athletes donut chart representing medals won by athletes. Okay, so this is your infographic is ready. Now if you want to download it, you can download it from here, share, and then over here you click on download, and you can either do a PDF print, PDF standard, JPEG, PNG. I will recommend you to use the PDF print or PDF standard for this infographic, okay, because then the images and everything will look pretty. And this is your infographic is ready. So a couple of things here. If you wanted to change the background, one of the place is by changing from here, or you go over to the apps and then there is a background option and you click on the background option and you'll see multiple backgrounds to choose from. Similarly, if you want to change the font, you can change it from here. You can see here, this is the font that has been selected. I liked it, so I'm not going to change it. But if you didn't like it, you can change it to whatever font you want from the list that is given here on the left hand side. Similarly, if you didn't like the size, you can change the size over here also. So let me zoom out a bit. And then you can add your sliders and charts, etc. And this is the color that I've added onto my infographic. So this sets with my theme color. So this magenta pink is the theme color I've chosen. So this looks good, and my infographic is also fully ready. I've added a couple of charts. One way through adding the charts is going over to the apps and then looking for charts here, and there are multiple charts that are available. You can use area charts, dot charts, etc. and then you know how to load the data. Then you have gold medal won by the countries. So here you can say this graph represents the number of gold. If you didn't like it, you can choose a different font also over here, but we wanted to keep it similar across the whole document, so I've kept it to Cocoa Gothic. And the main heading is this is the font that I've chosen for the main headings. So my infographic is ready. Now you know different ways of customizing this infographic. Now if you want to add your own text, you can do that by going over to the text here, and let's say you liked something, you can add a text box here. You can click on the text box and the text box is ready. And over here, if I wanted to move it, let's say we will move it over here. And if you wanted to add some effects to this, let's say you wanted to add some background to it, you can do that. So your background will look something like this. If you wanted to increase the size, you can increase the size of the text also. So you can do whatever you want with this text. Okay, so there are a couple of things we have told you: how to customize your infographics, how to add charts to your infographic, how to customize fonts, sizes, etc. So I hope you're enjoying these tutorials, and I'm going to see you in the next tutorial. Thank you very much.